The introduction of the automobile changed everything about our society. It irrevocably changed our way of life and, you might say, our way of death. One of the very first automobile murderers was a gentleman named Alfie Rouse. Alfie Rouse had been born upon Herne Hill in London, and by all accounts had been during his youth a relatively shy, retiring man. This changed when he was sent away to the First World War. He received terrible shrapnel wounds at Givenchy, and when he returned, by then already married to the sweetheart that he'd married just before going away to war, he was a ruthless, persistent womanizer. Alfie Rouse travelled around the land, accumulating girlfriends, wives, babies, all of this unknown to the family that he already had back in London. It all started to get a little too much for him. He was an underwear salesman. His salary was not a low salary by the standards of the day, but it wasn't enough to keep 2 or 3 separate families. On bonfire night, November the 5th, 1930, he picked up a hitchhiker. The man was probably drunk and may have been fairly insensible by the time that Rouse turned into a field near Hardingstone, just outside Northampton. At this point, Rouse probably hit the man to make sure that he remained unconscious, and then, after disconnecting the fuel leads from his car to try and make this look like it might have been some form of accident, he set fire to the car with the man inside it. I think the plan was that the body would be taken for Rouse's and he would be able to escape this encumbering identity with all of its wives and its children and its debts. It wasn't a very well conceived or well executed plan. Rouse was picked up very soon thereafter. He'd travelled to see another of his families in Wales, and then when pictures of the burnt out car were being shown in the newspapers, had little choice but to go to London to face the music. He was brought to Northampton and he was incarcerated in this cell under the Guildhall in the centre of the town. Rouse, with his salesman's patter and with his womanising charm, apparently believed right until the last moment that he would be so persuasive, so endearing to the jury that they couldn't do anything but acquit him. This didn't turn out to be the case. Rouse was kept in this cell until the morning in 1931 that he was taken out to Bedford Prison, where he was hung.